We've been both very excited about these. So like you, a lot of you out there, I'm you know, like a cotton guy. I love cotton. I love how it wears. I love how it feels. I love that as, I hope, like all of us, as it gets older, it gets better. And that's what I always think about cotton. A little grayer, but it gets a little bit better. But these are amazing. And we have a lot of different patterns and colors to choose from. I'll start you off. Actually, would you like to go through those, or do you want me to just list them off? Or?
So again, the whole idea with the sheets, it all ties in with everything that you've seen. The 6-piece comforter set, the beautiful rice stitch quilt.
Yep.
I wanted to do a floral print sheet. And now that, I feel like it sounds a little bit scary sometimes to people. It may sound garish. These are the sweetest, most beautiful, elegant. Oh, this is pale, pale gray blue with a tiny hint of pink and white. And I'm telling you, when you pull back your comforter and you see these sheets, it will make you happy, because that's what I do. Yeah.
And by the way, what I love too, because I'm a guy, these are not, I would not call any of these feminine sheets whatsoever. They're a softer design, but and women will love them, but I think a guy would love, it too.
They're a vintage design. I mean, again, the white with the pale, pale green and the pink. Again, all coming in for spring, Easter, these beautiful colors. Perfect. Super soft, 100% cotton. And again, the more you wash them, the butterier they get. And the reason I know that is because I have them on my bed, and I've been continuing to wash them, and they're amazing.
We are doing $10 off, by the way, as these are brand new. Only $59.95 for a full set of sheets, and it doesn't matter what size again you get. If you want to get full queen, king, California king, whatever. And there's sort of the color palette for you. Again, with Minnie, as we said, you know, nothing's screaming at you. What it is it's inviting. It's like welcome into springtime. That's pretty much what it says.
And I feel like if you do have a gentleman in your home who is sort of more concerned about it being super feminine, the beautiful grey and white stripe ticking sheet, which goes with the English linen, which was the black and white 6-piece comforter set, it's incredibly chic. It's very, I mean, it's very urban or it's very country, but it might also be something that would not scare off a gentleman. Right.
And that comes in blue as well.
And that comes in the blue and white, which is, I think, my favorite.
I love that.
This beautiful blue French ticking. And then again, if you want the plain, we have this gorgeous white and this beautiful sort of dusky ivory pink, just with very, very plain faggoting along here. For someone who wants something just incredibly simple, their backup sheets, their sheets that if you didn't want to print. We made these last time. I think they were a really big seller, and
they're huge.
I love them so much.
And the stitching that goes all the way around. Wanted to remind you again, we've got a shipping promotion also with Minnie being here. What is it, Kyle? Is it $5 all day on? Is that what it is? Or it's it's flex pay, right? Yeah, that's what it is. So it's 3 flex or more. So if you are buying more than one item or whatever, the flex pay comes in handy. We only have a few thousand of these, and this we know because this was so popular the last time Minnie was here, that these are gonna sell out. So if you know of a size when you order, and you know you want it now, you should probably get it now. I don't know how many shows you have. Not a lot today.
Not a lot. 3 shows today, I think. Yeah, I think they're gonna go quickly. So it's, they really are divine. They're, the sheets are a big part of me.
I love when you were when Shannon came out, you were telling us your story about like when you know how your mom would go and she got the sheets and she brought them, and how they weren't even like, it was just affordable stuff.
The wonderful thing about design is you don't have to have a huge amount of money in order to create something beautiful. And we didn't have a lot of money growing up. My mother could make something beautiful out of something that somebody else had discarded. And, you know, so I grew up knowing that what pretty design was, because it might not be what everybody else was looking at. Right. And we very rarely went to big department stores to buy things. We would be in vintage stores, or we would travel to other countries and we would bring things back from markets. But these particularly remind me of these French floral sheets that I had as a child on my little bed growing up in the country in England, and it reminds me of an English garden.
If you imagine, that's what you would imagine, right? That's what I would think about that. You know, like if you, especially because the same way, you know, my father was a school teacher. We didn't have any money growing up, so it was kind of like Mom's took there was a whole time where Mom was making us clothes. We kind of got through that. That was a little rough because there was all boys in the family and no zippers on the pants. But you know, you go through that. But it's the charm. That's what you remember, and those are the things.
And here I am. You know, here I am, 30. 25 years later, having designed, conceived of, and selling things that are fully reminding me of this, of a childhood full of happy memories and full of a kind of a beautiful vintage feel. And there's a duvet cover that goes.
Yeah, and we have the duvets coming up.
too.
We have the lace duvet and the Floral Bouquet duvet that's coming up in just a bit. That'll be in just about 3 or 4 minutes. But remember, everything is linked together. So if you bought the 6-piece comforter set and you want to get a set of sheets, we have those available. And by the way, we have those in both the gray and the blue, which would go with both of the comforters.
Both sets. And it's just so nice when you pull that comforter back to see a sheet that is absolutely matching and in keeping with your bed set. I think that's extremely satisfying.
Yeah, we're going to show you a different set on a different bed so you can see different colors. This is actually the navy stripe that we've got that we're showing, and then we actually have the ivory, I believe, underneath that. We want to give you a lot of different looks. I love that pinstriping. I love that look. That's what we have in the navy. I know it's doing the cha-cha on your TV screen there. That's just because of the weave. But when you come in closer, you'll see that stripe. There you go.
There you are. You can see
look at how beautiful that is. Wow. See, I love that. It's
very modern as well as being a very vintage idea.
If you saw that in a hotel in New York City, you wouldn't think twice. You'd be like, okay, that's kind of hip and cool and whatever. But if you saw that in a country house, it would be a whole different thing, but the same sheet. And super comfortable. So 100% cotton, in case you're wondering, which means the more you wash it, the better it's going to feel. It feels great coming out of the package, but you know how cotton is. Cotton has a certain crispness to it.
It does, and as you break those fibers down when you wash them, they just get softer and softer. And actually, I think it's good when they're a bit stiff to begin with because it means they have somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And they've got life in them. So
I love that they have the story in them too. I mean, I'm big on that. You can go to a department store and there could be 50 different things there, and it's all sort of black and white. You either want this or you want that. But I love how you came up with this and how it has a story behind it, and you can even talk to that. When you have these sheets in your house, you can talk about how you saw it, where you saw it, what it reminds you of. Maybe when you were a kid, you had something like that. I remember when I was little, just having we had like. It was a blue pattern sheet that my brother and I both had on our bed, but I can remember it. Going back to, I'm sure it was cotton because they didn't even have man-made fiber back then, many years ago.
It stays with you. It stays with you. What you put, we spend an enormous amount of time in our beds. I think they deserve to be places of sanctuary and places that are comfortable and beautiful and that make us happy. And
I always say, don't cheap out in the bedroom. Don't cheap out because you're laying on this.
Not in any way.
No, not in any way.
Don't cheap out in the bedroom.
No, it's listen, you got to get in that bed every single day. That's not a place to save money.
No, exactly.
It's not a place to try to budget yourself. And even though our prices are incredible, right, $59.95, you'd be hard pressed to get a generic sheet anywhere, let alone one that's 100% cotton and it's got such a great story to it. So if you'd like them, we only got about a minute and a half, but let me tell you again your choices. So it comes in that blue and the white floral, which Minnie talked to when she first came out with it. We have it in gray stripe, we have it in navy stripe, and then there's the ivory, and then it also comes in white. It's got that beautiful little stitching. It's simple but elegant, but classy at the same time. And again, you have 100% cotton against your skin, which is so important, and it just gets softer and softer. And as I said before, when you think about sheets, you're gonna have these sheets for years. So a $60 investment, only $20 on your HSN credit card or whatever card you wanna use. It's not, I don't consider this treating yourself. I think sheets are like underwear. You have to have them. Why not? Yeah, why not have
beautiful, comfortable, and they're gonna last a long time.
Yeah.
I do love, the gray has grown on me so much because I think it's incredibly restful.
How good is it going to look with the comforter set too?
You know what? Can I go grab the
go grab. You want to grab a pillowcase?
Yeah, I'm just going to go grab.
Do we have the pillowcase
the black and white
from
one?
the comforter somewhere?
That one up there, yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thanks, love.
Because this is really.
Yeah.
This is really how this.
I'm going to take these off so it's clean, but yeah, look at.
Do you see when?
That's awesome. With those
when there's
sheets?
the comforter, it all ties together really, really beautifully in the black and white.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Yeah, and you can see there it is. I'll just lay it under that. That's the combination of that. And we also, don't forget, we also have it in the blue. So if you want to do it in blue with the blue comforter, you can do that as well. $59.